Hare Krishna. So, welcome all. Let's progress with the story of the cursing of Chitraketu. And yesterday we've seen the build up to this particular curse that Chitraketu is going to receive. He is almost inviting this curse. And our acharyas explain that obviously it is because Chitraketu's time in the material world is up. Yeah, and therefore Lord Shiva is smiling, when Chitraketu almost apparently insults him. And but he does not, revert back, or Lord Shiva, even though is much, much, much more powerful than Chitraketu, he just smiles. Probably he knows, like they're all insider men who knew, oh, Chitraketu, tera time aa gaya abhi. Yeah, so the Lord Shiva is smiling when Chitraketu is making all these absurd statements. And Chitraketu is behaving like a very, very normal man, very, very, similar to what we've seen with Arjuna. Arjuna behaving like a very normal karmi, thinking in fruitive terms. Here also, Chitraketu is thinking that the hugging of Parvati by Lord Shiva is something very, low level or something. That's what he feels, whereas he does not understand that this is transcendental. So, out of that particular thinking, he is making some statements which obviously are quite insulting. But obviously, also to his credit, Srila Prabhupada explains, and also our acharyas explain that Lord Shiva, he is the ultimate highest of the gurus, as the Vaishnava Nam Yatha Shambhu. He should not be Yadyad Acharati Sreshtaha Tattadevetaro Janaha. That is the verse that Srila Prabhupada quotes. So obviously it's not a very exemplary thing. Secondly, in front of sages and brahmacharis, yeah, who are themselves quite strict in their brahmacharya. But of course, to their credit, they understand that whatever is happening in Lord Shiva's darbar is not something which is material. So, obviously, Chitraketu should have understood, but he hasn't. So, which obviously means that the Lord who is sitting in the heart is prompting Chitraketu to behave in this particular manner. So let's see further what happens. Chitraketu has uttered the words. Lord Shiva is smiling. He is not reverting back or giving any reply. The sages are smiling. Yeah, let's see what happens further. So 17.10. Very nice. Yeah, Rashmi Mataji, please read.
हरे कृष्ण इत्यतद्वीर्यविदुषी ब्रुवाणे बहवशोभनं रुषाः देवि दृष्टाय निर्जितात्माभिमानिने.
Very nice.
Not knowing the prowess of Lord Shiva and Parvati, Chitraketu strongly criticized them. His statements were not at all pleasing, and therefore the goddess Parvati, being very angry, spoke as follows to Chitraketu, who thought himself better than Lord Shiva in controlling the senses. Hare Krishna.
So that's how the interpretation comes. Of course, the sages and Lord Shiva knew it is nothing of this sort, but Chitraketu's behavior was not at all liked by Parvati, and therefore she is very angry and she is thinking, oh, who's this Chitraketu? Is he better than Shiva? Is he thinking that he can control his senses better than Lord Shiva? That is what Parvati Devi thinks. And Srila Prabhupada here also again clarifies. Although Chitraketu never meant to insult Lord Shiva, he should not have criticized the Lord. And even though the Lord was transgressing social customs, it is said, Tejiyasam na doshaya. One who is very powerful should be understood to be faultless. That's one of the reasons why, if you see, interestingly, that as we go east, the amount of honor given to higher positions is very, very high. So there was this nice, like survey done, and the survey was, how much do the citizens or the employees respect their masters? Yeah. So respects their employers. And obviously, the highest came in the Southeast Asian countries. There, even if the employer is younger to you, still others will respect. Yeah, irrespective of your age, your experience, but as long as he's in that position, they will respect you. And on the other side, the extreme is that which country does not at all respect their employers, which came to New Zealand and Australia. They never respect their. They think their bosses are equal to them, basically. Yeah, and they never give respect to that particular, which is again uh, the entire thought process, or the Eastern thought is whoever is in that position based on his past karma, based on his whatever, that's why he's gone to that position. In this jiva, in this lifetime, he might be younger to me, he might be inexperienced to me, but his position is higher. He is at a managerial level, I am at an employee level, even though I know more than him, even though I know I am senior to him in age, but still I will respect him because his position is higher. Therefore, position is given to be to the because of course we don't consider only this current lifetime. You don't look at only you understand, oh, his position is higher because his past karmas are very good. His past karmas are better than mine. Therefore, he is employer and I'm employee, or he is manager and I'm this thing. Yeah. So that's the ethos that as we basically go east, you'll see this ethos coming in. Why? Because we don't look at bodily positions at all. Whereas on the totally on the western side, everything is bodily. Everything is on the bodily perspective. Yeah, therefore, oh, he is also a human being, I'm also a human being, so what is there? Okay, just because maybe he's the boss's son or he has some influence, he's come to this position, I don't respect him at all. That why? Because they look at a bodily position. That is the thought process here. The other example also is just by the because of the position, the power comes. Just example is given that one should not find faults with the sun, although it evaporates urine from the street. So even though you don't consider the sun to be a sweeper, isn't it? Yeah. So like that. The most powerful cannot be criticized by an ordinary man or even by a great personality. Therefore, because of this thought process, Chitraketu was wrong in that sense. Yeah, that is what the point was. The difficulty was that Chitraketu, having become devotee of Lord Vishnu or Sankarsana, was somewhat proud at having Lord Sankarsana's favor. So that could be other angle also, that Chitraketu, maybe he thought he was, slightly better. And therefore, that could also be a reason that became the tipping point for such a. So, Srila Prabhupada also makes this point that this kind of pride in a devotee is never tolerated. In fact, pride in a devotee is not tolerated at all, not even this kind. Any kind of pride is problematic. Yeah, and we see also that the same thing happens, and we will read that in the 10th canto. The anecdote or the story where every gopi thinks that, oh, Krishna is only dancing with me and nobody else. And therefore, they become that the gopis become proud. And as soon as they become proud, Krishna vanishes from there. So every gopi then laments, oh, where is Krishna gone? Where is Krishna gone? And why has Krishna gone? Because pride has come in. So that's the point. Therefore, we should never be proud about anything in life. Now, even being pride, so as we see in the example of gopis, even being proud about being a devotee is problematic. Yeah, so that is what the here thing is. A Vaishnava should always remain humble and meek and offer respect to all others. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his he is given this Ashtakam, the 8 verses, and in this 8 verses, this one verse, verse number 3, is very, very important. It says, Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnunam amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. That if you want to do kirtaniya sadahari, if you want to always chant the name of the Lord, What should be our position? Trinadapi sunichen, as humble as a straw in the street. Yeah. Tarorapi, as tolerant as a tree. Taru is tree. Yeah. And amanina manadena, those who are insulting you, give them still respect. That is the kind of humility which is required. Huh? When says in such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So look at the qualifications required to do constant chanting, to be kirtaniya sadahari. This is the level of tolerance required. This is the level of respect giving to others is required. Whom to give respect? Those who disrespect you, even to respect them. Tolerant as a tree, and humble as a straw in the street. That is the level of humility that is required. And unfortunately, Chitraketu, even though he didn't so explicitly or he didn't feel this was something wrong, he still had the audacity to point out only because he thought, oh, I am devotee of Lord Vishnu. I've seen Sankarshana with my own eyes. Okay, let's read further. What does it say, Aruna Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Shri Parvat Uvacha Ayam Kinduna Loke Shastardandadhara Prabhu Asmidvena Drishtanam Asmidvena Madrishtanam
Asmid Vidhanam.
Nirlajjanam
Asmad.
Asmadvena
Asmad
Asmadvena
Vidhanam.
अस्मद्वेधानां दृष्टानां निर्लज्जानां च विप्रकृतः.
Good. What does it say?
Translation: The goddess of Parvati said, Alas, has this upstart now received a post from which to punish shameless person like us? He has been appointed ruler, carrier of the road punishment. Is he
Rod of
how the
punishment.
road of punishment? Is he now the only master of everything? Hare
So
Krishna.
Parvati think, अरे क्या औकात है इसका? Is he thinking that you are now, you are the person who upholds and talks to shameless persons or punishes shameless persons like us? That's what she is kind of thinking. कि औकात क्या है तेरी? तू क्या सोच रहा है अपने बारे में? Okay, let's see what does she say further. Yeah, Priya Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण न वेद धर्मं किल पद्मयोनिर्न ब्रह्मपुत्रा भृगुनारधाद्याः न वै कुमारः कपिलो मनुश्च येनो निषेधन्यति वर्तिनं हरम्.
Very nice.
Translation: Alas, Lord Brahma, who has taken his birth from the lotus flower, does not know the principles of religion, nor do the great saints like Bhrigu and Narada, nor the four Kumaras headed by Sanat Kumara. Manu and Kapila have also forgotten the religious principles. I suppose it to be because of this that they have not tried to stop Lord Shiva from behaving improperly.
Yeah, so obviously she think, oh, he is greater than Brahma, greater than Bhrigu, Narada, Manu, or Kapila, because they are not finding anything inappropriate here. And because they are also there in the assembly, they are saying they are not finding anything appropriate. Who is this guy? Who is that he is thinking that, oh, Lord Shiva is behaving improperly? What is his level? That is the kind of questioning Parvati Mataji is. Okay, let's read the next one. Yeah, Mamta Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण येषाम् अनुध्ये येषाम् अनुध्येय पदाब्जयुग्मं जगद्गुरुं मङ्गलमङ्गलं स्वयं यक्षत्रबन्धु परिभूय सूर्येन् प्रशान्ति दृष्टस्तदयं हि दण्ड्यः.
Very nice.
This Chitraketu is the lowest of Kshatriyas, for he has impudently overridden Brahma and the other demigods by insulting Lord Shiva, upon whose lotus feet they always meditate. Lord Shiva is personified religion and the spiritual master of the entire world, and therefore Chitraketu must be punished.
So that is the viewpoint that Parvati takes. She says that if somebody is overriding Brahma and other demigods, he is at the lowest of the Kshatriyas. And these Brahma and other demigods and other sages, they are not finding anything inappropriate in Lord Shiva's behavior. And Chitraketu is finding fault, then he is definitely the lowest of the Kshatriyas, because that is not how the proper Kshatriyas behave. Huh? And how great is Lord Shiva? That Brahma and other demigods, they meditate on Lord Shiva's lotus feet. Why? Because he is the spiritual master of the entire world. He is personified religion. Yeah, and the spiritual master of the entire world. Therefore, because of this impudency, Chitraketu has to be punished. That's what Srila Prabhupada also mentions. All the members of the assembly exalted Brahmanas and self-realized souls, but they did not say anything about the conduct of Lord Shiva, who's embracing goddess Parvati on his lap. Yeah, and Chitraketu, he thought he is higher than all of these other people. So therefore, that was the impudence that with which he behaved. Okay, let's read further. Yeah, Niti Mataji.
Hare Krishna. नायमहरति नायमर्हति वैकुण्ठपादमूलोपसर्पणं सम्भावितमतिः स्तब्ध साधुभिः पर्युपासितम्.
Very nice.
Translation: This person is puffed up because of his achievements, thinking, I am the best. He does not deserve to approach the shelter of Lord Vishnu's lotus feet, which are worshipped by all saintly persons, for he is impudent, thinking himself greatly important.
So that is the thought process that Parvati Mataji takes. Very, very, very critical of course, rightly also, because if other people, other demigods, Brahma are not finding fault in Lord Shiva, if Chitraketu is finding Lord Shiva's behavior inappropriate, which means he is thinking, I am so much great. Yeah. So that's the puffed up position that she sees. This person is puffed up because of his achievements, is what she thinks. And therefore, somebody who is puffed up is not fit to be a devotee at all. That is the important consideration. Thinking, if you are thinking I am important, I am senior devotee, I am this, I am advanced, I am this, then that is problem. Yeah, that is clearly problematic, and Lord does not give any of his mercy to such people. That's what Srila Prabhupada also makes this statement. It's not something that I'm thinking, or yeah, it's clearly he says if a devotee thinks that he is very much advanced in devotional service, he is considered puffed up and unfit to sit beneath the shelter of the lotus feet. Yeah, so definitely a devotee can never think himself advanced in devotional service, because the path of devotional service is unending. Yeah, so anybody who thinks that I'm advanced in devotional service is definitely in illusion, because the level with which you can go further is infinite. That is the depth of devotional service is infinite. So nobody can think that, oh, I'm advanced, basically. So that's why again he quotes this verse again, Srila Prabhupada Trinadapi Sunichena. So gives the importance of what should be the state of mind for chanting the holy name. Absolutely zero, pride, and 100% humility. That is the strict standard which is required. Yeah, unless one is humble and meek, one cannot qualify to sit at the lotus feet of the Lord. That's the key consideration. Okay, next. Yes, Soumya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. अतः पापीयसीं योनिम् आसुरीं याहि दुर्मते यथेह भूयो महतां न कर्ता पुत्र किल्बिषम्.
Very nice.
O impudent one, my dear son, now take birth in a low, sinful family of demons, so that you will not commit such an offense again toward exalted, saintly persons in this world.
So just like Narada Muni, he curses the sons of Kuber, Nala Kubera and Manigriva. They wanted to roam naked. He says, "Oh, you would like to roam naked? Okay, you become trees." That is the kind of curse that he gets. Same thing is what even Parvati Devi is now giving. She says, "Oh, you want to behave like a low class, impudent person? Oh, you go become low class. You go become a low class demon." And that is the kind of curse that he gets. Here, Srila Prabhupada again highlights how we should be careful not to commit offenses at the lotus feet of Vaishnavas. And imagine he has done it to Lord Shiva, who's the best of the devotees. Yeah. So obviously his impudence has to be punished. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes this Vaishnava aparadh as Hathi Matta, mad elephant, level of offense. That when a mad elephant enters, imagine it enters a nice garden, it spoils the entire garden. Same thing, yeah, this pride is like a mad elephant which is going to crush the creeper of devotional service. And the small creeper of devotional service, imagine, can it survive against a mad elephant? Impossible. That's what happens when you become proud. Similarly, if one becomes like a mad elephant and commits offenses, the lotus feet of Vaishnava, his entire spiritual career is halted. So very, very careful we have to be not to commit offenses. Therefore, one has to be very careful not to commit offenses at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava. In fact, there is this. I forgot the anecdote, but apparently the entire thought process of the anecdote was that even if you've insulted a person, and maybe he is not a devotee that time, and he carries the offense in his heart, and he becomes a very, very great devotee subsequently, then that offense of you doing an offense against him when he was not a devotee still carries. Yeah. So imagine what is the kind of strong offense this because that devotee he's become a great devotee, but he's still carrying that offense in his, oh, when I was a neophyte, this person insulted me, or this person didn't behave like me. If he still carries that, of course, generally devotees don't carry that such kind of but you can't take risk, right? We can't take the risk with our devotional career, isn't it? Like that. So we have to be very careful not to unnecessarily offend anybody. Even if you want to correct somebody, there has to be a way to correct so that the other person does not get offended. It's an improvement feedback that I'm trying to give. Something like that has to be kind of given. But of course, that does not mean we will tolerate anything. If something is not right, you say specifically, this boss, I don't find this right. And you state it matter of factly. And I think if you continue doing this, you will get more bad karma. Therefore, I want to stop you. That is the kind of thought process we should have when we were trying to correct and criticize. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada is also explaining how Parvati is impudently, punishing the impudent Chitraketu, who is criticizing the spiritual father Mahadeva. Yeah, because Mahadeva is Durga Devi is considered to be the mother, Janani of this entire material world. Yeah, as Prakriti, and who is the husband of Durga Devi is Mahadeva. Therefore, the creator in that sense, from that perspective, because Lord Shiva is nothing but the it's explained in our Acharya, is like the curd form. If Lord Vishnu in the Brahma Samhita is mentioned, what is that? Dadi Vikara Yogat. Shiram Dadi Vikara Yogat. I forgot that verse. But that one talks about Lord Shiva being like if Lord Vishnu is milk, then Lord Shiva is yogurt. Yeah, like that. So therefore, in that sense, Lord Shiva is the father of this material world. If Durga is the mother, then Lord Shiva is the father. Now imagine Chitraketu is trying to insult his father. That's the position. Therefore, a pure Vaishnava should be very careful to engage in his specific duty without criticizing others. This is the safest position. Zero risk. Yeah. Otherwise, if one tends to criticize others, he may commit the great offense of criticizing a Vaishnava. He will start finding criticism others also. Oh, if I've corrected him, I can correct him also. I can correct him also. I can correct my guru also. That is the thought process that will come up if you start correcting and criticizing others. Interestingly, Srila Prabhupada brings out one more angle. He says, because Chitraketu was undoubtedly a Vaishnava, he might have been surprised that Parvati has cursed him. And in fact, Parvati even also ensures she does not offend him by calling him a putra, a son. Yeah, that's the correction. Everyone is a son of Mother Durga, but she's not an ordinary mother. As soon as a small discrepancy is seen, she will punish. Mother Durga punishes Raman so that he may come to his senses. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But what is the way to overcome it? To surrender to Lord Krishna. Therefore, surrender to me. Surrender unto me is the key to overcoming this. And how do you surrender? If you have humility, then you will surrender, right? If you have any ounce of pride, you will never surrender. To surrender to Krishna means to surrender to his devotees also. For no one can be a proper servant of Krishna unless he's a proper servant of a devotee. Therefore, our famous verse from Mukunda Mala Stotra. Majjanmani Kaitabhare, what is that? And he says, Bhritya, Bhritya, Bhritasya, Bhritasya. I want to be servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. 7 times removed. That is the level of thought of humility that he has. So that's the point here. Parvati, Mother Parvati is making. She is exactly like somebody trying to teach a lesson to a naughty child. My dear child, I'm punishing you so that you won't do such kind of a thing again. And we see Srila Prabhupada gives Yashoda example also. Mother Yashoda, she also punishes Lord Krishna for his the binding on the mortar, the Damodar Leela. It is to be understood finally that Mother Durga was justified in punishing Chitraketu. The punishment was boon to a Chitra. Again, it becomes the punishment which Lord Krishna metes out is actually not a punishment itself, and it is a boon. Even when the demons are being killed by Lord Krishna, they are not getting chastised; they are getting liberated. It looks as if it's chastisement. It looks as if the Lord is killing the demon, but actually it is for their benefit. So when he takes the birth as Vritasura, he is basically getting benefited. That is the point that she's made. Hare Krishna. Okay, so let's stop here. We are out of time. And what we saw was Mother Parvati's statements today. Any quick comments to what she has said? Yeah, Anadi had a point. Go ahead.
Okay, it feels like this is like the gopis, what they have this parakya bhava, like
Parakya bhava.
parakya bhava, like separation becoming more and more out from the Lord. So another one more birth for the Chitraketu. So it is like intensified his devotional,
Correct.
the bhav for the Lord, to see him, meet him. Maybe some of the imperfections or it got cleansed,
Corrected.
corrected or cleansed by Mother Parvati. But
Also, I think Lord Krishna uses it to, or Mother Parvati uses it to correct Indra also in that. So maybe when he becomes Chitraketu and gives knowledge to Indra, so Indra also gets corrected in that particular.
yeah.
It's a preaching to.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, correct. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Niti Mataji, go ahead.
Yeah, Prabhuji, my question is, like people who attain moksha, the souls that attain, they are liberated and they reach back to Godhead. But this entire universe, this Srishti is limited, right? It gets dissolved after the divine years of Brahma are over. The entire creation is again dissolved and again it is recreated. So what happens to those liberated souls? Now, again, they take birth or they still remain in the Golok Dham after the universe is again pura khatam and then again it will restart.
So they will live in this Brahmaloka. When this universe becomes zero, or this universe goes back and they get liberated and they go into the spiritual world. So liberation actually means coming out of this entire Karana ocean, going beyond the Karana ocean. That's what liberation means, really.
Yeah, because Prabhuji,
So the universe, when it gets exhausted, only all of this will go back into this Mahavishnu here. They will all go back into Mahavishnu and they will remain in something called as a Mahat Tattva, the state of Mahat Tattva. Yeah, it's like unmanifested state. And then they get manifested again, and then this universe is coming, they will all come into this universe. And there are always universes getting manifested from Mahavishnu because he is in this Karana ocean. Some or the other souls are always giving the Lord Karana to create this. Yeah, it's like the government does not want jails. Does the government want prisons? It's unnecessary expense, no? But it still has to do it. Why? Because it is the governance function requires some kind of punishment. So in that sense, when jivas, they require correction of their thought process, this karana ocean gets created. Karan, that's why it becomes karana.
Karana ocean.
Yeah. So then this causal, why does this causal ocean come? Because why is the cause? What is the cause? The cause is the jiva requiring. Ideally, no government would want jails to be created, isn't it? Because they would all think, oh, every citizen will be perfect and there is no need for everybody will follow laws, but that doesn't happen, right? We are all, there is always a tendency for every jiva therefore, even though the government does not want to spend money in prisons, it is forced to spend money on prisons.
Yeah. So Prabhuji, it's like that although they are liberated, they have reached Golok, but still they give some reason to, Prabhu, Krishna, that those Jivatmas who are reaching back to Godhead also need to be, again go through those cycle.
No, 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 no. You're misunderstanding. They will, if you have left this universe once, then you are here, then there is no birth again.
Okay.
Yeah, then you will never come back. So I explained to you that they know the two cycles. 1 minute, let me show that again. So if you remember this, not the karma cycle, but that day I was explaining to you the overall cycle of 1 minute. Is that what it is? Yeah. So this is what happens in the material world. We all remember this.
Yeah.
This particular, you can see the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what happens in the material world. You take birth again and again, your karmic reaction. So this happens in one universe. Yeah. This if you want to come out. What happens in this one universe? Yeah, you have a sukshma, subtle body. You take birth and you get a gross body. And you start doing karmas. Yeah, and this karmas keep on adding to your karmas. And this again, you die. And when you die, you again get a subtle body. From the subtle body, you again get a gross body. You again get more karmas based on that. So this cycle keeps on continuing. Birth, that is happening. You are getting a sukshma body, which means no subtle body, which you've died. Then from the sukshma body, you get a sthul body, a body with touch, which you can touch and feel. Yeah, and then you do your karmic reactions, whatever. Yeah, so like that, this birth and that will keep on happening again and again and again in one universe. When the universe ends, what happens? When that universe, this is what will keep on happening. You take birth again, this birth, death is not only for in one human being, it could be any species of life. Yeah, and this infinite will keep on going. But when this universe ends, what happens? that is when the other cycle comes into the picture. That Sukshma body, it gets destroyed in the Pralaya, and it goes into this Karana or the causal body. What is the Karana or causal body? It's a Mahat Tattva, it's a combination. It does not mean this is liberation. Ending of the universe does not mean liberation. Then what happens with the Karana body? Again, when creation comes, you again get your Sukshma subtle body, and then you start this small cycle of birth, old age, diseases again and again and again. How will you come out of this cycle? That is explained in the previous slide. What we have to do? We have to do this new age. We have to work with knowledge. And when what we have to do? We have to do Nishkam Karma. If you do Nishkam Karma, basically action only for pleasure of Lord Krishna, which is akarma if you do, then that will destroy your Sanchit Karma. If your Sanchit Karma is destroyed, no more. No more. If that is destroyed, no more Sukshma Sharir or Sthul Sharir. You go out of the cycle altogether. Both cycles are, you are come out of both the cycles. Why? Because you are acting, you are in this particular green path. So that's what we have to do. With knowledge, we have to basically follow the green path. Yeah, that's what we have to. And then if you do that, then you are not in this material world. You basically are out of this material world. Yeah. So if you see this one, so when you do this, whatever I was talking of the Nishkam Karma Yoga, and you do chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. This chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, you can see that here. Can you see that? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This comes from the spiritual. It takes you back home, back to Godhead here. You will go and sit here if you have very exalted, very dear to Lord Krishna. You will sit here in Goloka, or you will attain one of the Vaikuntha planets here. In either case, you will be out of this. This is the border.
Yeah, this is the
This
border.
border needs to be crossed. And of course, this is three-dimensional. We can only see in 2 dimensions. But
So
this whole thing is like a
probably,
globe.
yeah, so probably Chitraketu earlier, after receiving benedictions from Sankarshana, he was somewhere here in the
He
Karna.
was somewhere here. No, he was
Yeah.
somewhere here.
Here, yeah. And then, after he was born as Vrittasur, then he
He
attained.
comes down here again because of the curse. He comes in the on earth. He was here, but because
Yeah.
of the curse, because of thinking I'm better than Arjuna, better than Brahma, better than everybody, he has to fall down here again.
Yes.
And here he takes Vrittasura body, and then he dies thinking of Lord Krishna in the Vrittasura body, and then gets liberated. Because he remembers all his past. Just like Jada Bharata, he remembers all his past life and past teachings, or our hero, what's his name, Gajendra. He also gets liberation from when he remembers Lord Vishnu. Yeah,
Okay.
like that. So that's what we also have to do. These are teachers for all us. We have to also think of, we have to ensure we all pass this test. What is the test? That at the time of death, we will think of only Krishna and nobody else. You should have your sincere desire.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Sorry,
Prabhuji.
I was missing out on the entire chat. Yeah,
Prabhuji,
Rashmi, you had a point, go ahead.
yeah, nothing much. I mean, no point. Just on a lighter note, you always say, no, that's a test. When we die, we need. I mean, we can think of Krishna. So sometimes I think when I will die, so I don't know if I will be able to think of Krishna or not. But one thing I will
That
definitely think that
again,
Prabhuji said that think of Krishna when you die.
correct. No, again, there also we have to take help. Yeah, we should be like kittens, not monkey babies, kitten babies.
Yeah, but I mean, just on a
That's
lighter
it.
note, I mean, I always think like this.
Yeah,
That
very
I mean,
nice.
I will definitely remember Prabhuji, but I don't know if I will be able to remember Krishna or not. But Prabhuji, I will definitely remember.
No, what? We both will have to come in this material world again.
I mean, somehow that's a thought.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, if there are no other comments. This nice picture of no, this looks Lord Shiva, is it, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Shiva.
Yeah, I can see the Chandra on the head.
Yes, and he's bluish hue.
Yeah, correct. Neelakantha. Okay. Maybe it's something similar is there, probably.
She has taken the left half of the Lord and
Yeah, he's sitting on his lap, right? That's why.
It's a Shiva Shakti. It's a Shiva
Yeah.
Shakti.
Ardhanari Nateshwar also is similar form, right? So people thinking that this is Lord Shiva and Parvati are two separate entities, that itself becomes problematic, right? Hare Krishna. Okay, so let's close with closing prayers. Yeah, Srinivasan Prabhu can do closing prayers.
Hare Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha matchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te teshamevanukam partham aham ajnanajam tamah नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता अहमेव समेवाग्रे नान्यद्यत् सदसत्परं पश्चादहं यदेतच्च योऽवशिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहं ऋते अर्थं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यादात्मनो मायां यथा भासो यथा तमः यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषु चावचेष्वनु प्रविष्टान्यप्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेष्वहं ये तावदेव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयवतिरेकाभ्यां यत्स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Prandraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji. Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna, everyone.